Hey kids, it's been way too long. I had picked up this little double feature, Hawkwing and Shadow of the Hawk, years ago. Nightwing I watched and reviewed almost right away, and I finally got a chance to check out Shadow of the Hawk, which stars Jan Michael Vincent and Chief Dan George. I'm just gonna read off this and probably add on to it. An old Native American shaman, he has to first persuade his skeptical grandson to take over for him as the new tribal medicine man of his small village. Along the way, they battle the shaman's enemies and their black magic. Yeah, there's a sorceress that is the enemy of Chief Dan George. Believe it. She is played by Marianne Jones. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name of the character, but yeah. Chief Dan George goes to the big city. He feels his time is, getting close, and he chose Jan Michael Vincent, Mike, to be the future shaman. He was going to take over for him. So he goes off to the big city. Mike is, he's half native. Both Chief Dan George, Old Man Hawk, they're seeing visions of this woman with white hair and wearing all white mask, haunting them. And that is Marianne Jones as the sorceress. Now, in the course of the movie, you have to take it with a grain of salt when they do like Native American mysticism. A lot of this seems like they took it from other places or just made shit up. I don't know, I'm no expert, but I kind of get skeptical when you have a scene with what essentially is a voodoo doll, But that's really, the crux of the movie is he has to persuade Mike to be this shaman. That takes, much of the movie up until maybe like the third act. And of course he has to battle the dark forces. Yeah, it's a very sluggish movie, especially in the beginning. There's these long scenes of people doing some stuff, like walking somewhere or whatever. And there's this thing, I think it's done for budgetary reasons and just to do things that are very simple. But this is mainly in the opening, like the first act, where you have people like in a restaurant and you hear them talking. It's voiceover, so you don't have to match their lips with the dialogue. And there's also a shot that's from far away, so they're far enough away so you can't really see it. And this is kind of a technique I'm not really fond of. There's this one excellent special effect, and I'm sure they were proud of it. There's this evil car following them. It's a black car, and they get in an accident. and the car's out of commission, and Old Man Hawk put some powder on the road, and it's an invisible wall, and the evil car rams into it. It's complete mechanical effect, probably all inside, just pulling things in. It's a great effect. Then, about 2 or 3 scenes later, you end up having this bear attack. Mike is out in the woods, and he gets attacked by a bear. A lot of that is a stuntman with the bear. But if it's Jan Michael Vincent, it's an obvious guy in a suit. Ultimately, this is a fantasy adventure film. There's even music that's very adventure oriented, and it's, in my view, it's aimed at kids. It's sort of like the stuff that Doug McClure was starring in, but the production value is lower, less flamboyant. But yeah, it's mostly sluggish. The last act does pick up. There's some more action. Well, even though some of Nightwing was cheesy and funny, that was part of the reason why I liked it. This one I just didn't like. It doesn't really work, and it came out in 1976. I was 11. I might have enjoyed it back then, but it just doesn't work for me now. Well, until next time, stay safe and always have a good time. Bye now.